All right, we live. So what up, everybody? It's me, your boy JB, and we got ReallyB, and we here to discuss Beyond the Gate. So this is week 22, and these are the episodes 99 through 103.
Yeah, 103, I believe. Yeah.
103. So Tuesday was episode 100 of Beyond the Gate. So congratulations to them on
Yes,
100
congratulations on
episodes.
the first 100 episodes. Yes, yes, yes.
So, what did you think about this week overall?
It was a slow week, but again, it was kind of needed after the last week with the whole. I mean, last week was a little slow too, but
Mhm.
I don't think they thought this week was going to be slow. I think they thought the whole concert was going to be hype, but I don't know if I cared that much about the concert.
By the time we
But
got to it, I didn't when we before we got to it, I didn't care. But when we got to it, I was like, okay, this was cute.
it was cute.
Minus them
But
outfits.
oh Lord, yeah, they act like them outfits was the thing, and I was like, these are not cute. But yeah, I think it was kind of a slow week. I also I hate one of these storylines, so I think that's another thing that's kind of making me like
Mhm.
because the Eva storyline, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of the Eva lesbian.
Yeah,
I'm sick of it. But we'll get
it's,
there when we get there. But I'm
mhm.
sick of it.
it, and I just told you at stage what my storyline was. So, and that's actually that happened in Monday's episode. So
Yeah,
we'll
that
start
was
with
actually Monday's episode, so we can go ahead and get it out. Go ahead and get it out the way.
so y'all know Monday. So what I will say, if y'all didn't watch my I did a short earlier this week where I said you guys were right. Even really be, I think you guys were right. Really be, I think you were right about Samantha and Tyrell being June's kids. So I just told really be backstage that this scene kind of triggered me because of my situation with my biological mother. Now, my biological mother is not anything like she's not a homeless person, but she is someone who is selfish because you can clearly see that June is selfish. And I don't know, and it seemed like there's other stuff with June, but you know,
I think she definitely is dealing with some mental illness. They tried to make it seem like she was a drug addict, but I'm
mhm,
wondering if it was not necessarily her being a drug addict as much as her just dealing with some mental health issues. I'm not sure. Because when
yeah,
y'all said she tried to pay her check with Monopoly money, I was like, so this has got to be some mental health
I
issues there.
I do believe it's that, and it's. But the thing about the mental health part is, it's like, girl, you know, them kids like they were at least a good 5 or 6 years old. So you
Yeah.
knew long before you knew that you weren't capable of being their mother. Your sister, which we met Regina in this week's episode, sister Regina, and it seemed like Regina was willing to take care of those kids. But what
Mm-hmm.
happened is we know the system got involved, and it was because I was looking, I was like, is this a closed adoption? Because when she saw the picture of those kids, she was like, oh, Ron and Cecile. I said, who and who?
Well, they said it was a closed adoption. She said that. She said it was a closed adoption.
Yeah, that's I was before she got. I was live
Oh, before
tweeting.
that. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I was live tweeting, so I was like, how do people not know about this? And then the difference in their names, Ron and Cecile. I was like, Cecile. First of all, that's an old ass name.
Yeah, those, yeah, when they said Cecile, I was like, Cecile.
Oh my god, that's old ass name. I mean, but so what you think about it?
So again, it's one of those things where I kind of felt that this is where they were going. I guess
Mhm.
we're starting. I guess we're going to get to that point where they're going to meet up with. She's going to see the kids. The sister is now there. I think we have a little more insight into June, but then we kind of don't because, like you
Right.
said, we still not really sure where this came from. But I do like that we're getting the family. I do like that we're finding out. With the family situation. So.
Hmm. So yeah, I mean, like I said, you guys, it kind of triggers me just a little bit, but since we talk about it, we talk about the show, I'll talk about it, but I may not give a whole lot of input into it because I was just looking at
We
that.
understand that.
I was like, ugh. But other than that, I mean, I figured that I didn't think that they were gonna go that obvious route that these kids may potentially be Junes. I was like, that would be too obvious. I didn't think they were gonna do that. I thought
Mhm.
they were gonna do something, give us an old switcheroo, but look like they not.
So Xavier is saying that Naomi should have recognized those kids, but I'm wondering when did they get? Because they got the kids. I mean, Martin and Smitty haven't even been married that long, so I'm thinking they haven't had those kids that long.
Yeah, it's so much with that because even with the name change, like who changed their names? from
Yeah.
Ron and Cecile to Samantha and Tyrell, because those are
Yeah.
completely different names.
Yeah. I
Not
don't
even in the
know.
same, not even in the same ballpark.
Yeah, and I
Um,
understand that you would think, well, even if they got them older, that they have some, they look like them. Like, why wouldn't they recognize something? I mean, I could see that point too. But that's what I was thinking. Like, well, maybe they just didn't get them until they were, already in middle school slash, around that age.
and V. Spencer said what I have been thinking this whole entire time. That picture, even when Regina showed it, that picture still looks old, even though it's in
It does
color.
look. It definitely doesn't look like it was taken 10 years ago, or even 5 years ago. It does look older. It definitely does look more vintage.
Like that picture still looks old.
I could still listen. I could still be wrong. It might not be June. It might not be Tyrell and oh girl. I
It
could
might
still
not,
be wrong.
but then more question. When I'm pretty sure they're gonna wrap it up, not wrap it up
Yeah,
immediately,
I feel
but
like we're gonna get that. Yeah.
now that we know about Regina and June and these kids, it's only a matter of time before we know more about it. Because she did say that the boy will be playing for colleges.
Yeah, they said he would be college, like getting ready to go to college. So that's
And that's Tyrell.
yeah.
So what do you let me ask you, where do you want to go next? Do you want to go with Eva or Tomas?
So I mean, well, you normally go day by day. I mean, do you want to go
Yeah,
day
and
by
it's in
day?
the same day, but I know you don't, I know you
Oh,
don't care
even
about.
Tomas. So here's the thing with the Tomas of it all. First of all, do you think, and let's just have a real a grown conversation. Do you think that Tomas really didn't lay it down, or do you think that she had unrealistic since she had waited so long to have sex, she had unrealistic expectations of what it was supposed to be?
I think it's a little bit of both. I think, with her being a virgin, he probably wanted to exceed her expectations, but ultimately probably didn't meet her expectations. And then also, I do believe it could be with Kat. Kat had high expectations for what it was, because she even said, "Is this what everybody's so obsessed about?" So I think
Mm-hmm.
it's a little bit of both. I think Tomas, and she said he was a gentleman, and which I believe he was, but I feel like he was trying to
Make it
be as
special.
be as delicate and gentle with her, but
Mm-hmm.
it still didn't meet what she expected from him.
Didn't meet her expectations. Yeah,
Hmm.
because she definitely was not impressed. Which we
She
kind of got
was.
that last week. The way she
Hmm.
rolled over and she was just like,
Yeah, I will say I'm glad that they showed the condom on the floor. So I'm like, oh,
yes,
thank
I'm
God.
glad they did give us the condom, so we
Um,
can let that go about the idea of maybe she's pregnant. We can kind
oh,
of let
thank.
that go. I mean, I know condoms break, but at least for right now, we can put that on the back burner. We don't have to obsess with that. You know what I
Hmm.
mean?
Exactly. Before we get to Eva, I'm gonna get this one storyline out the way. Ashley, Shanice, Andre. So Shanice is trying to talk to Ashley. Ashley still feels a way about Shanice going out with Derek. I was like, girl, y'all broke up. Why do you care who he's messing with? So then Andre came to the hospital and they decided to go on a Parisian date. I don't give a damn about that date.
Mm-mm-mm.
Do you?
I don't care about any of that. And even like Andre now I'm just kind of side eyeing you because at this point,
Hmm.
who do you want? Do you want? I know that you had this whole obsession with her, but do you want her or not? Like, do you want to be with Ashley or do you want to be with Danny? Make up your mind, sir, because now you really are getting on my nerves.
Yes. And then that preview going into next week, I was like, are you serious? Which, ugh, the preview for next week is really pissed me off.
Okay, I didn't see the preview for next week, so I
Oh,
don't
we'll talk about once we get to the end.
know. Okay.
So let's talk about Eva real quick. So Eva and that crazy ass mom of hers had lunch. So then now mind you, this lady asked Eva to lunch, and she's like, "Will you pay for it?" I would have told her, "Bitch, no. Excuse me, mama, but no, bitch, I'm not paying for it. You invited me to lunch, so shouldn't you pay for it?" So she's talking about she ain't got a job. I guess she's a waitress and all that kind of stuff. I was like, okay, ma'am, there are still jobs out there, even if they are looking for pretty young things. There are still places that you can go and be a
Child, I mean, and it's no disrespect to anybody that's in the food industry. Baby, I have gone to restaurants and I have seen waiters and waitresses of all ages. Like, let's not
Mhm.
do that.
She just
And
don't
nice
want to do
high-end restaurants at that. Like,
it.
don't do that.
Exactly.
Don't make it seem like you can't get a decent job.
So then she goes one step forward, and we see her go over to Ted's hotel. Now, Ted, you pissing me off. You keep telling this woman
That is
that the only people
absolutely
that
pissing me off.
you talking about the only person that you're gonna come lie in your room is your daughters and your wife, but you keep letting this woman come into your hotel room, and I don't
And you
understand
know
why.
she doesn't mean you any good. Like, you absolutely know that you cannot be nice to her. You know that there's nothing nice you can do or say to this woman, because you absolutely know that she is on demon time. There is
Mm,
nothing sincere about her. So why do you keep allowing her space to fuck up your situation? They gonna end up sleeping together. That's all I can say.
I hope not. So she asked him for a loan. I was like, ma'am, he paid you
fifty
$50,000.
thousand dollars.
That dressing them raggedy ass wigs and cost no $50,000.
Right. Okay. And we don't see that you've done, like, you ain't moved. I didn't see you talk about you bought a new car. Like, girl, go sit down somewhere.
Like, please. So then he told her no and put her out. I was like, that's not the end of it, Ted. And you know that with this lady. So then she goes to Eva. I was like, Eva, you dumbass. So she goes to Eva to tell Eva to ask her daddy for a loan, and Eva agrees to do it. And I was like, huh?
I'm mad at Eva, but I'm also still mad at Ted. Ted, you cannot sit here and tell me that that was too coincidental. As much as I know you want to build a relationship with your daughter, and you want to be, have this great relationship with your daughter, you had to have thought, wait a minute, this is a little too coincidental. Now all of a sudden you need to, mind you, you paying. She doesn't have bills. I mean, she has a car because we've heard her talk about driving, but you got her a job, and then you got her a better job. She's living
And then
in a hotel that you're footing the bill for. What
exactly.
she need
So
a
what does she
loan
need
for?
money for?
And you mean to tell me right after your mama just came through here asking for money, now all of a sudden here you come needing a loan? Like, and you didn't even question it. You didn't even say, Eva, I know you still have an alliance to your mom, and I know your mom sent you here. Like, why didn't he clock it? Because you're not that naive, Ted, and
He
you're not
eventually
so
clocked
caught
it,
up
but
in wanting to have a relationship with your child that you don't see it. Like, I don't believe that.
and then he gave her the fucking money. Talking about when she said it was for her mama, I was like, Ted, why would you still give her the money to give to that lady? You know that woman's gonna use that to her advantage. Some way, somehow, it's gonna come back up in a conversation with Nicole because she gonna say something to Nicole.
Absolutely, she is. The first chance she get, she gonna say something to Nicole.
Like, Ted pissed me off this week. I was like,
Even
what the
pissed me
fuck?
off too, though.
Real, yeah, and I know people that love it. We got some people who love Eva. Y'all, Eva's that wasn't it for me with this. I was like, girl, you letting your mom, and you told her to stop manipulating you, but you literally let her manipulate you more than once. And we'll get to the second time that she got manipulated by her mama. I'm like, girl, you so stupid. You know your mama. Why would you leave stuff in the open for her to look through it?
Why
So
would you leave your purse on the table? Like, that's just, I mean, don't get me wrong. Women, if you with people that you're comfortable with, I know women will leave their purse. But 99.9% of the time, if a woman is going to the bathroom or something, she's picking up her purse. Not even so much about your mama, you know your mama ain't shit. Most of the time, women, that's what women do. We pick up our bag. Because usually when we go into the bathroom, it's something in the purse we need.
yeah. So that shit got on my nerves. Now, so Tuesday, we still are having this face to face with Regina and June. So June freaked out when she saw that picture on Regina's phone, and she's telling Regina, "I ain't got no kids. You ain't my family," and all this kind of stuff. Now, I will say, I did think about it. I'm like, maybe she does have some mental health issues, but Regina, you listening to Regina talk, it does sound like maybe she did get into some drugs at one point in her
Yeah,
life.
it did sound like they alluded to her having a drug issue. Yeah.
And then she got mad. She got mad and walked out on him. I was like, "Well, June, you the one that came in here acting, crazy as hell. Like Regina ain't really said nothing to you. Regina was, which Regina's better than me because because Regina said that she tried to help June and them kids. Well, I can see why Regina told Naomi, "Don't call me no more."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, don't call me.
Because it had me laughing when June said, because she was like, "Does June have any next of kin?" She said, "You're not trying to pawn off on me, are you?" I holler when that woman says, "You're not trying to pawn her off on me."
RJS, I'm agreeing with you too. RJS says, I think June may not remember. I honestly do think, I think June is dealing with mental health issues. And I honestly don't think she remembers it the way it actually happened. I'm not making an excuse for her. I'm just saying,
Mhm.
when she was like, that's not what happened, I think she really doesn't believe that's what happened.
And see, that's
I
why.
don't think she's pretending. I think that either she has repressed it because she can't see. The thing about having and maybe this is a drug addiction. The thing about having a drug addiction is once you get sober, one of the hardest parts about people who have a drug addiction is once they get sober or even an alcohol addiction is processing what
Mhm.
really happened and accepting their actions, whether they was tricking and selling their body, tried to sell their child, lied to their whole family, stole from their family. Like, it is because you do a lot of stuff in your addiction that you would never do sober. And that's a very hard, and I I don't know if June really truly does remember. I really don't. I don't think she was
Mhm.
pretending. I really don't think she remembers.
I was looking at June and I was like, I don't know if she's. I was like, I was looking at it because I was like, because I've saw this before,
Yeah,
but
and I mean, and again, your experience is different from my
I've
experience.
yeah, I've
But
saw this before where a parent will, you know, place, place blame on other people, pretend like they are the victim. Which I'm not saying that that's what it is with June. I do believe that there may be some kind of a mental health issue. It could be from drugs. It could be just a mental, but I think it might more so be from drugs. So I was looking at that. That's why I was like, oh God, this. I was like, can we please move past this one? But I mean, I'm curious to see where it goes because there's definitely something there that they're not telling us. There's definitely something there. So I'm curious to see where we go with that one. So in Tuesday's episode, now mind you, in Monday's episode, that's when Crazy Lady told Ted about Kat and the whole situation with the accreditation, right? So he had Kat come over to the hotel room. Kat Jedi mind the hell out that man because he was scolding her, but then she ended up scolding him.
sure did.
I was
Had
like,
him thinking he was crazy. By the time it was over with, he didn't know what she had flipped it on him so fast, he didn't even know anymore. He was like you could he was confused. He didn't even
mhm,
know. She did. But that shows is that's a daughter that has been doing this her whole life. She's been probably
mhm.
playing that game with Ted her whole life.
And he talked to Eva about it, and he was like, I just want to keep the peace with Kat. I mean, I get that, but it's it'll be a cold day. I think it's gonna be a cold ass day before Kat and Eva become any kind of on good terms with
Especially
each other.
not as long as Eva is still playing games with her mama. Like if Eva had totally cut her mother off, not speaking to her, never being seen around town with her, all of that,
Hmm.
I can see where people, and maybe not so much Kat because of course
I was
it
about
would
to say
take
not
a long
Kat.
time for Kat, but other people would be open to it. But the fact that we keep looking up and we see y'all laughing and joking and canoodling down to Orphe Jeans, like that's not making nobody feel like you. And I get it, she's still my mama. We got that, but that doesn't change that what your mother has done to all these other people that you claim to want a relationship with.
Hmm. Oh, so I want to bring up something. Did you watch the previews like during the week when they were showing what was coming up this week for this particular week?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah,
So they are well, it ain't even hinting no more. So there's going to be a crossover between the Young and the
Young and the
Restless,
Restless. I saw that. Yeah.
and his last name is Hamilton.
Oh,
Devon Hamilton is his name. So I'm wondering if he's some kind of relation to Bill.
I'm assuming so. We haven't learned anything about Bill's family.
That's because I had to think about it because I was like, what is Devon? I know that he was adopted by Neil Winters, but I was like, what is his real name? His real last name wasn't Winters. I was like, it's Hamilton. I was like, I wonder if he's any relation to Bill.
I wonder if it's Bill's like brother or something. Yeah, because see, I don't watch Young and the Restless either, but I did see that. I did see there was gonna be a crossover. Oh
Yeah,
wow.
yeah, I watched the Young. I haven't watched the Young and the Restless like I used to, but yeah, I do watch the Young. I used to watch Young and the Restless back in the early
Now that's
2000s.
interesting. Now that's so Hamilton. I mean that's the obvious connection is that
Right.
he's somehow related to Bill.
Yeah.
Mm.
So but I was looking at because I was like, did I miss him this week? But I watched the episode. I'm like, I didn't see him this week, so I'm guessing he's coming maybe in the next couple of weeks.
Xavier said he also has a sister named Ava Hamilton.
Yeah, yeah. He got a sister named Anna. His mom's name is well,
I mean Anna. I said Ava. I mean Anna.
his mom was named Yolanda. Well, Yolanda. Eva Marcel played his aunt Tyra. So we'll see.
I didn't know
So
Eva had ever been on Young and the Restless.
yeah, he was on Young and the Restless for a good minute.
I did not know that.
She was on there from 20, I think it was like 2010, 2011, somewhere around that time.
Oh wow, because I never really got into, like, I knew because my grandmother watched Young and the Restless, so I knew some of it, but I never watched it like that. Like I knew like some of the names, I knew some of the storylines from back then, I knew, but I never really,
yeah. When Eva came on there, I was in and out, and I think that like she ain't the reason why I actually started watching before she joined. But when I found out that she had joined, I was like, okay. I was like, I'll go back and watch, you know, for a little bit. And she did. I mean, Eva's a great actress. I will say that.
yeah, I think she is too.
She's a damn good actress. So here's another storyline that I don't. This is one that I don't care about 100%, but I know we got to talk about it nonetheless, and we can briefly talk about it. Joey, Vanessa, and Doug. These Joey and Vanessa are at the casino talking about business. They talking about sex, and I was like, "Oh my god, y'all are so obvious at this point that y'all are doing something. It don't even have to be illegal, but it's very obvious you and old Joey boy got something going on." So then Dougie comes in with idle threats. I was like, and he was drunk. I was like, okay, somebody get away from me with this.
I don't care nothing about this storyline. I don't care. There's no parts of me that care anything. A matter of fact, I'm gonna be honest with you. I fast forwarded through it, so I don't even know what was said. I saw Joey throw Doug against the wall. I don't know nothing else. I honestly, okay. I don't care about none of it. I
don't either. It was.
Where's Randy? How about that? Where the fuck is Randy?
Hopefully, Randy is sleeping with the fishes.
No, remember Doug came and
rescued Randy. Oh yeah, they did save him. Where? Oh my god.
So where is he? Where are you, sir? Where's Randy?
Please let him mind his business.
He don't know how to do that.
He really don't. So now, as much as I don't like Eva that much, I felt bad for Eva in Tuesday's episode because so we see Tomas. So Tomas, now I'm looking at Tomas is like, were you a virgin as well? Because the way Tomas is so giddy and got a pep in his step after having sex with Kat, I'm like, were you the virgin and not her Kat? Because I mean, he just got the glow on his face to everybody. So he sat down with what he called Kat, wanted to meet up with Kat, and I was like, you must can't read the room, sir. Like, listen to the hesitation in her voice. Like her voice, she has a lot of hesitation in her voice about seeing you. So then he's at Orphe Jeans with Eva. And so he's talking to Eva and telling Eva, me and Kat, we had a conversation. She's like, oh, so did you tell her everything? He's like, no, I didn't tell her everything, but she's okay with it. I was like, huh? She's okay with it. You must not. We ain't talking about the same cat. We're not talking about kitty cat. No. So Eva, so she was like, well, so y'all are good. And then she found the context clue. She's like, wait a minute. Y'all did it, didn't you? He was like, yeah, because I love your sister. I said, run that back, sir. You what? And I felt bad for Eva in that particular moment. Now, here's the thing, Eva, even if you can't stand her, which I get it, Kat is a bitch to you, but me personally, even if it is my sister, even if it's a brother or sister that I don't fuck with like that, I'm not gonna sit there and watch my sibling get played, knowing that me and this person almost had sex with each other. Now I'm like, you can be mad at me all you want to, but he's no good for you because the day you came to my hotel room, he's lying to you. We almost did to do in my bed.
If it was like a sister that I grew up with, yeah. But Kat, I don't know. I think about it. I think ultimately I probably would tell Kat, but honestly, I probably would think about it.
I just want, even though I
Because I
know
feel like every time I would be getting ready to tell her, she probably would say something nasty to me.
she
I mean,
would.
remember, she just tried to get this girl fired. Like, I don't know how much of a rush I would be in right now.
I get it. Because your cat probably would say something slick to her.
Yeah,
Ain't
like
no problem, but she
like
would.
I'm over here trying to right. Number one, cat definitely wouldn't believe her, but I'm over here trying to give you some good stuff, and you're cussing me out, telling me I'm less than, telling me why would you think Tomas ever wanted you? You're not one of us. You're not in his league. Like I could just see how that conversation would go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it would go to hell immediately because cat would have her claws out.
Hmm.
So
It would
that's
be
it.
nasty. I think it would be nasty.
It would be. So we move on to Wednesday. So from Wednesday on down, now we're just mostly getting ready for this concert, which it was a lot of preparation for this concert. I was like, okay. We talked about the concert from Wednesday, Thursday, and then we got to it
Yeah,
Friday.
it was just concert, and it was everything around the concert. We had
Mm,
the Martin, we saw Martin go into therapy. We saw that. Yeah, it was just concert, child.
it was. So now we see Sharon and her wig and Tracy are at the house and they practicing their steps and they got their outfits, which they never showed us them outfits, never showed it to us. So Chelsea comes over to the house, and so Chelsea opens up the bag and she's like, "Oh, it's pretty vintage." And they were like, in other words, you calling us old. So she comes up with a new design for them, their outfits, and Tracy and Sharon were immediately in love with it. I was like, oh, okay. So then we see Chelsea as she's doing her social media stuff. So she wanted to get to know a little bit about Sharon and Tracy. I was glad that Sharon didn't go to hell when she asked her, how did y'all keep y'all's relationship tight with my grandmother? I'm so glad that Sharon didn't go to hell. I was like, Sharon,
But
don't
not
do
only that, but Chelsea, their relationship wasn't tight. Like your whole life, they ain't been at no family dinners. They ain't been to the cookout. They ain't come through for Thanksgiving. Like that this is a new thing. Why would you even ask that question? That they haven't kept in touch over the years and they haven't been tight. I mean, you don't have all of the details, obviously,
right.
but you ain't never seen an articulate. You just met him for the first time.
Now they like them harmonizing with each other. That was kind of cute.
Yeah.
That was cute. So also we see Anita and Vernon. So they're at the country club, and Jim came to Anita, asking Anita to do a solo. I said, I know you fucking lying to me. I was like, Anita, girl, please say no with a quickness to this man. Because if Sharon finds out that you said yes to a solo, I will never hear the end of Sharon's goddamn mouth. I was
Never.
like, because Sharon ain't gonna let it go. So we do see as they got back to the house, and so Anita sat down with them, and she's like, so Jim asked me to do a solo, but I told him no. But Vernon was like, run about the girls. I was like, please don't run about the girls. I'm like, why are you running about the girls? If anybody would understood, I'm like, I know only if there's one person that don't understand, it's gonna be Tracy, but Sharon and her wig are not gonna understand. Sharon and her wig are gonna flip. They gonna turn around like the Dreamgirls
Absolutely.
wigs did. Sharon is so miserable when I look at her. Like, I don't know what it is about Sharon.
Because Sharon honestly feels like Anita took her life. And that's why I'm very interested when we finally meet the manager, which I'm sure we're going to meet him soon. He's probably got wind of this reunion concert, and he's going to come sniffling around. Like I anticipate us meeting the manager in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Like I feel like within the next month we're going to see him. I just feel like we are, and I would be willing to put it out there that maybe this guy was playing the odds between her and Anita, and maybe he was making her the same types of promises he was making Anita. And
Mm-hmm.
I would be willing to bet that Anita and that guy had a relationship.
I mean, I won't be surprised.
But I think that's where a lot of that comes from, is that Sharon honestly feels like Anita took what was supposed to be hers. Doesn't matter whether it's true or not. I just think
I'm
that
about to
that's
say
part of why
it might not be
she just
true.
can't get past it. Because in her mind, Anita did her dirty. This was supposed to be her life. I mean, even
Mhm.
down to Vernon. Now I think the other one wants Vernon, but that's another thing.
I do too. I definitely do think that Tracy got a little thing for Vernon. So, also in this episode on Wednesday, this is where Martin was having that therapy session with Nicole. Now I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I wasn't really 100% paying attention to that therapy session until Danny came busting in, talking about getting ready for the concert. And Nicole was like, I completely forgot about Mother's concert. So both Martin nor Nicole really want to go. But Danny, I don't know. Well, I'll say it this way, and I don't know how y'all gonna feel, but I feel like Danny guilt tripped their ass into going to that goddamn concert, even though they didn't want to.
But I agree with what Danny said. Sometimes in life, especially when it comes to family, it's not always about you. And I understand that you are feeling some kind of way right now about mom and how this whole thing was handled. And I understand, and Martin, you are dealing with what you're dealing with the kids and with Smitty and your own personal issue. I get it. But this is a once in a lifetime situation for somebody that has done anything and everything for us. Whether we always agree with the decisions or the way they choose to handle it, but
Mhm.
I'm with Danny on that one. Like, listen, you can go back in your corner tomorrow. You can sulk tomorrow. You can be mad tomorrow. But this ain't no regular run of the mill. She do a concert all the time and it's coming to town. No, she ain't been on stage in 20 years. So I was with Danny on that one.
I was too. But
Especially when it comes to Nicole, because I at least understand Martin more so than Nicole. Nicole, girl, get your, and y'all know I like Nicole, but Nicole, get off your high horse. Get
and
off
that's
your
my
high
problem with
horse
Nicole.
and
That is my
stop playing the woe is me. Y'all left me out the loop. Y'all didn't tell me what was going on with my child. Because we knew you was gonna act the way you acting right now. I mean, at the end of the day, you also have people like Nicole. And even with Naomi, which Naomi broke attorney-client privilege later on in this week.
She did.
And I was like, did she just break attorney-client privilege? Because I know Vernon gave her $1 and made a whole big deal about saying we're retaining you. You wasn't supposed to repeat none of that shit. But that's another conversation. But Nicole has an ethical responsibility as a mandatory reporter. So does Naomi. There's certain there were certain things they didn't tell you because they were probably protecting you.
Right. And that's what I said. That's what we were saying last week. Like when it comes down to Nicole and Naomi, more specifically, Nicole, you're a doctor. So you can't just let something like that go. Which I'm surprised that with Ted too, with him being a plastic surgeon. Maybe he has a different oath.
Yeah, but I don't know if he has a different. Well, his oath is to do no harm. So actually, no matter who that person was, he wasn't really supposed to turn that down and helping that guy. And I know that plastic surgery is considered elective surgery and it's not life or death, but in his case, it might have been life or death. I mean, he would have been disfigured for the rest of his life or whatever. Right. So with Ted, it's a little bit different. So.
Yeah.
Nicole violated HIPAA. When did she violate HIPAA?
I was gonna say, when did she violate HIPAA? Because she ain't told nothing about Martin.
Yeah, I didn't see her. I mean, who did she violate HIPAA? Yeah. Because Nicole was not acting as his doctor. See, thing
she was acting as a mother.
I think a lot of people don't understand what HIPAA is. Nicole was not acting as his doctor, as his psychiatrist. She was his mother. That's not violating HIPAA. Because even when they started with the therapy session and she was like, just talk to me like mom. Like, I'm going to use my skill as a psychiatrist to help you, but I am not your psychiatrist.
Because I know she said she's not writing anything down because she remembers everything in her heart and her head.
Right.
So she's
right. So and again, tell me what the example is and I'll say whether I agree or disagree that she violated HIPAA. But just because she repeated some of what was going on, that doesn't mean.
Oh, okay. She meant Naomi.
Oh yeah, no. Naomi definitely violated attorney-client privilege because Vernon literally paid her $1 and said, "I am retaining you as my attorney, meaning you can't repeat none of this shit because I'm talking to you in the official capacity as my attorney." And then you turn around and sit down and have a whole conversation with Kat. And girl, mama. They didn't mean don't tell your husband. They mean you can't repeat this to no damn body. If they didn't tell Kat, they didn't want Kat to know.
Yeah, and then she told Danny. And Danny, Danny got upset when she found out that Bill,
It's okay, grown
ixnayed.
woman boo.
No, it's a good yes. So Danny got upset when she found out that Bill ixnayed Kenny. But then she
Oh,
finally had to come to her senses because she's like, why does everybody in this family not tell me anything? And I was like, Danny, the same think about it. Look at how you're acting, my love. That's part of the reason. And then again, like me and you've been saying since we found out about this with Martin, they want as few people to know about this so that if it did ever blow back, y'all have plausible deniability because y'all didn't
and
know.
that's the other part that I'm like, what? I'm like, what are y'all not understanding that they were trying to protect? Like, and don't get me wrong, I get it because my mom has and this is on a much smaller scale, but my mom has a bad habit of that. My mom has a bad habit of, well, like especially when I was in school, like when I was in college, oh my gosh, there was all kinds of shit going on here in DC. And I'm like, Mom, why didn't you tell me? Well, you had midterms. I didn't want to bother you. Well, it was nothing you could do about it anyway. You were down there. And I'm like, but that doesn't matter. Like, why aren't you telling me what is going on with my family? And that's on a much smaller scale. I mean, so, well, I shouldn't say much smaller because my godfather died and she didn't tell me. Anyway, but I had to find out from somebody else, like, huh? But it's like, it's one of those things, though, where it's like, none of y'all needed to know, especially at the time. Danny, you were still married to Ted. I mean, you were still married to Bill when it happened. Naomi, your daddy's, your husband is a whole do-gooder cop, So, like, I understand why they made the decision. Now, again, and in hindsight, stuff is always 2020 in hindsight. When you're in the moment and you're making split decisions, decisions. And I mean, they didn't have a whole lot of time to think about what they were going to do. They just had to move. They had to make it happen. Hell, Ted wouldn't have known that they didn't need him.
Right.
The only reason why Ted knew was because they needed him.
Exactly. So also in this episode, now we see them at Chelsea and Kat's little place, and Samantha and Kat were talking, and Samantha is telling Kat about her dad splitting up. And so Kat was like, why didn't nobody tell me? I was like, girl, you've been so obsessed with Tomas. That's why nobody told you. But your mama was going to
Tomas and Eva.
Now your mama was going to tell you something, but Dudley Do Right over there, shout out to RJS. Dudley Do Right came over there to talk to your mama about Crazy Lady and interrupted it. So you would have known. And so at one point she was like, did he cheat? I was like, I mean, it is a good question because, I mean, y'all wouldn't, because, look at everybody in your family. Your Uncle Bill cheated. Your daddy cheated. So that's the next logical response is, did my brother cheat?
Logical.
So then we move on to Smitty and Tyrell. Now, y'all, I know people, we'll talk about Smitty a little bit more in Thursday because that's where this conversation came up about with Nicole about the whole situation with Martin. But in this episode, Tyrell was trying to get Smitty to go to the concert. Now, me personally, I'm gonna be real with you guys. I'm with Smitty because yes, I guess everybody in this, in Fairmont Crest is fans of the Articulates, but I'm married into the Articulate family, and me and my husband going through something. I'm gonna tell my child, like, yeah, I know you want me and your dad to go together, but that ain't happening. I don't want to be around your daddy. I don't want to see your daddy because I'm pissed off at your daddy right now. So it's fine. So Tyrell takes it upon himself to say, go and call Vernon. So Vernon came over and Vernon was like, your family, Anita would be upset if you didn't come. So we want you to come. I was like, so now I'm like, damn, everybody just guilt tripping everybody to come. Again, I know it's a once in a lifetime thing.
But I understand, but now the Smitty thing, I'm with you on Smitty. I'm with you on the Smitty one.
Like, ain't no way in hell I want to be, again, may love my husband, but I wouldn't want to be around him, especially after what's gone on. That's just too much. But these kids, now they kids overstep for sure. Tyrell and Samantha overstep like they some grown ass, like they grown. I'm like, oh, if you understand the kid's place.
Yeah, I definitely understand where Smitty is coming from. And I do think that Vernon coming over there with the guilt trip and stuff. Now, I do think that was a guilt trip. And I don't necessarily agree with that because, again, not only do y'all understand why Smitty's upset, but honestly, there's a part of Smitty that's probably mad at them too.
Yeah.
So, like, it's not even just I don't want to be around my husband. I'm kind of feeling some kind of way about y'all right now too, but I'm trying to stay respectful.
Mm-hmm. That would be a hard. I mean, I would feel. I'm like, ugh. Because me, I have when I'm feeling away, you can definitely tell. Like it'd be written all over my face.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Like you can tell if something is wrong with me.
Yeah, I mean, I understand. Like I said, now with Smitty, I'm with y'all with the Smitty one. With Danny, it was a little different because that is family, that's child, grandchild. But with
Mhm.
Smitty and the fact that what they're going through and the seriousness and the newness, like if they had been separated for like 3-4 months at this time and they were working, they were talking and they were working back towards reconciliation, then I
Mhm.
could maybe see pushing it. But at this point, I mean, in soap opera time, it just happened, you
Right.
know.
It's just a few
So
days.
yeah, it only been a few days. And again, the seriousness of it. Like you really put Smitty in a whole ethical quagmire, you know?
Agreed.
Yeah,
So
I'm
then
with you on that one.
so then we get to Thursday and we pick up where we left with Anita talking to Tracy and Sharon about this solo. Now, mind you, she said we can take a vote and say no, and that be the end of it. But then Sharon gets a bug up her ass and starts going off like you had planned this all along. Why don't you just say that you wanted to do a solo? I was like, Sharon, did you not hear the woman? The woman literally said, we can take a vote. I told Jim no. We can take a vote. It's a no, and I'll tell Jim no. Vernon wanted me to run it by you guys. So Sharon was getting on my nerves. I was like, oh my God. And Tracy was like, Anita, what, like, is there something more that you want to tell us? I will say, even though I do think that Tracy wants Vernon, I do like that Tracy is the voice of reason when it comes between Anita and Sharon. And it really be just Sharon because it's not Anita. Anita is not the problem. Sharon is the problem. It's like, ma'am, she's straight out of her own mouth. I don't have to do this. But then they eventually say, my grandkids only know the articulate side of me. My grandkids don't know the jazz side of me. And I would like for my grandkids and my great grandkids to know that side of me. And so Sharon's like, well, should we all do solos? I said, girls, ma'am,
With
ma'am.
what album? What solo album do you have, Tracy?
Oh, Sharon gets on my
Sharon,
nerves.
you said you were singing down to the church. What rendition of how I feel like going on are you gonna sing?
Amazing Grace.
Okay, like girl, go sit down somewhere. Talking about should I sing a solo? Girl, bye.
No, go to hell. And then I love the fact that Sharon, not Sharon, but Tracy said, girl, we're backup singers. She said, I did solo in a cabaret. What have you done? She said, you sing in a church and you direct the choir. I was like, okay, Tracy, shut up. I was actually here for Tracy telling her to shut up.
Okay.
Because Sharon is just irritating. But then they agreed to do it, let Anita have her solo. I was like, how hard was that?
It seemed
It's
like it was pulling teeth. God darn.
it's some real true jealousy with Sharon. And I want her to admit it.
Right. And again at the end of the day, we have to get to a point where we're no longer relitigating. We're figuring out how to move forward. If we keep relitigating the shit, there's no way we can move forward. I
Exactly.
mean, and I think that Anita has more than accepted her part in it, apologized, and at a certain point, that's all I can do. I can't bring Barbara back. I can't undo what I did and the decisions that I made. All I can do
Mhm.
is acknowledge that I did them, acknowledge
Mhm.
how fucked up they were, and let's figure out how we're going to move forward.
Exactly. Because Tracy, girl, oh God, if I never see you again, I will be entirely too happy to never see Sharon again.
I
Tracy,
wonder if they're going to find a way to keep them on the show. Like, I
I
wonder
feel like
if
I do feel like they will find some kind of way. If not,
especially if one of them is connected to, I still think Haley has a Detroit connection. I don't know what connection that is, but I still think Haley. I really think Haley's connected to Barbara. There is something because
Mhm.
they gave us a little snippet of it 2 weeks ago when we saw Haley call somebody and tell me, I just want to make sure you're okay. I haven't heard from you in a couple of days. So, but Haley, they're starting to show Haley a little bit. You know, they're dropping those breadcrumbs. That'll probably be the next storyline we get to once we get past this Martin and you know that'll probably be the next story we kind of once we get past the kids. That
Mhm.
might be sweeps or something, but they definitely showed us a breadcrumb. I don't know if she's her daughter or her granddaughter, but I do think there's a connection there because again, I've said this, I say this every week. I think that Haley's issue is with the Duprees. I think Bill was an ends to a mean for her to get to the Duprees, which is why she was so frustrated in the beginning when she couldn't get to the Duprees. It was all about the Duprees. It was
Mhm.
never about Bill.
Yeah.
Because girl, there are 5 million restaurants in DC. Why were you so pressed to go to the country club?
Even though they only got two in this show.
Right.
So now, do you remember that little girl's name that Tyrell was friends with?
I don't remember her name, but yeah, she bad child.
Because I forgot her name. I just put his little friend. So Tyrell and Vernon went down to Orphe Jeans, and the little girl was there again. Y'all, if y'all know her name in the chat, leave it in the chat because I forgot her name. So she's sitting there, and Tyrell sat down with her. He apologized to her, which I forgot. Also, y'all, please tell me what happened with them because I completely forgot.
Remember, she kissed him and then he freaked out and then accused her of only being his friend to set her up because she was friends with the
Oh,
guys that had bullied, with the people that had bullied him. And
okay,
all of a sudden he was questioning, why are you really here? You know, why are you
Jessica.
Jessica? Okay, thank you.
Okay. Now I remember because I was like, "What is he apologize?" I do remember him going off on her, but I was like, "What happened?" I was like, "I'm like,
Yeah.
I
Remember
remember this."
she tried to kiss him. Well, she didn't try to, she kissed him.
Okay, now it's coming to me because I was like, "Huh?" Um, Kira says, "I thought June was Barbara's many episodes ago, but womp womp." I I never thought June was Barbara, but I thought that June may have had a connection to, like, I don't somebody got a connection to Barbara. I don't know
Somebody
who.
definitely has a connection to Barbara.
Somebody got a connection to Barbara. I just don't know who that person is. But yeah, so Tyrell apologized to the little girl. That was it with that. So then Tyrell is talking to Vernon about the fact that they are keeping things from them. And I was like, this is another instance of a kid needing to stay in a kid's place. Your parents told you what they wanted to tell you and how they wanted to tell you. There are some things that I don't think, even though they are teenagers, there are still certain things that you don't want to tell your kids. And you
Listen,
want to shield them and protect them.
people don't like it when I say this, and a lot of times people disregard my opinion on things because I don't have children. But
Mhm.
this is part of how I feel about why we have, in my opinion, I think we do a disservice when we treat children like adults and
Mhm.
we make them feel like they're adults. You're not.
Right.
And there are a lot of reasons why you are not an adult. And it's not about not respecting children. I do respect children, but I
Mhm.
respect children in a children's place. You
Exactly.
don't have a right to know about adult business. You're not obligated for me to tell you the whole story. There are reasons why I don't tell you the whole
Mhm.
story. I am protecting you. You may not like it, you may not agree with it, and you may do it differently when you are my age. But right now, this is the best way I know how to handle it. You don't have to know everything. And that is one of my biggest frustrations with people that are like, but we gotta respect kids and we gotta explain to kids. No, the fuck we don't. We
Mm-mm.
don't.
My mom, and so like my mom, my aunts and uncles, like my mom's older siblings, they're baby boomers, and then the younger ones, they are, I think they're what I don't forgot what generation they are, but they come from a generation where, yeah, we don't tell you everything because we're the adults. We know what we need. We'll tell you what we need to tell you. If it's not something that you need to know, you won't know. And that's how I feel
Yeah.
with this. Like, and that's how I live my life when it comes to like my little nieces, nephews, and cousins. Like, we don't tell them everything, and some of them think that they grown. Like, I got like my little cousin. He'll be 13 next year. He think he grown, and me and his mama have to tell him like, stay in your place, Kyrie. His name is Kyrie. Would say, stay in your place, because he will get out. He will try to, he'll listen to some things. We'll let him, talk with us about. But then there are some things that we don't want him privy to. So we'll tell him, mind your business. Go to your room. Mind your business. This ain't got nothing to do with you. This is between grown folks, and he'll do that. And I feel like they need to do
I just feel
something.
like, and don't get me wrong, I do understand that not all adults do the right thing by kids, but that's not new either. That didn't just start in this generation. There've always been bad adults. They've always been, you know what I mean? So, but I think ultimately, as the adult, my job is to protect you. And if I think that, because let's be clear, they don't need to know this story. They don't need to know anything more than what they've already been told.
Exactly. Because there's nothing they can do. It doesn't involve them. I think their dads did the right thing by telling them he was a bad guy, and that's it. Y'all don't need to know what happened, the particulars of what happened.
Right.
And that's my problem with those. That's my problem with those two kids. They're smart, but they're not smart at the same time. Because Tyrell brought the man into the fucking house, and Samantha is on the phone in public with the man. Y'all asking the wrong question.
And the other reason why I believe is those kids. Remember when Samantha alluded to how much her and Tyrell had been through, and basically they ain't always had the soft life. But I couldn't tell. I couldn't tell that y'all had any street smarts.
Not at all. Baby, them street smarts went out the window.
I mean, I guess when you started, I guess when you moved to Georgetown or wherever they supposed to be living in this townhouse they live in, I mean, because I can't tell that y'all got any street smarts. Because the minute, even though y'all didn't and I do think that Martin could have done a better job of how he let them know they were in danger. Now, I do agree with that. I think he did fumble that because he wouldn't tell them anything. But I do think that if he had said, listen, you guys, my office has been getting some threats, and we think that they're credible threats. I need y'all to stay on. I need you to keep your head on the swivel, and I need you to be overly cautious in everything that you do. Right. I think he could have done that better. However, he did tell y'all, be careful. You're in danger. I'm trying to protect you. And you literally walked. They had a whole conversation before she left for the park. And you literally walked your ass down to the park and had a whole conversation with this man who looked like he had a problem. This man, I don't think the average person, if a man walks up to you with a looking beat up, looking disheveled, with a bandage on his face, why would you? And I understand you can't judge a book by its cover, but we judging today. Your daddy just gave you a whole lecture on being careful and da-da-da-da-da. He just threw a whole fit about some crazy, weird white man coming into y'all's house. Like, what? Like, there's no reason in the world why that man he wouldn't have got 10 feet. He wouldn't have got within 10 feet of me.
Not at all. Absolutely not. That's my
But
problem.
That's what I'm saying. Like, but now y'all want them to tell y'all something. Ciao.
Because even in the time period that I grew up in, like, we used to, and especially where I'm from a small little country town. We would leave out, like my grandma, we used to leave the door open, and the neighbors would, her neighbors would come down and just walk, they would knock, and you could leave your door open and feel comfortable with your neighbors. But in this day and age, you can't do that.
Right, because I mean, I grew up in DC, so we didn't leave our doors open, but we had each other's phone numbers. Like if my neighbor saw me down the street cutting up, best believe by the time I got home, my mama already got that phone call. My mama knew before I walked in the door that I was down the street cutting up because somebody had called her, and I wouldn't even know what neighbor it was. But they had each other's phone numbers, and they talked to each other. And you know what? Parents, I should say, didn't assume bad intentions. And I'm about to go on my tangent. Y'all know I deal with parents all the time with being in education. So many parents these days assume bad intentions. When somebody is calling you about your child, you so quick to want to defend your child, no matter what the person said your child did, that you don't even listen to what these people are trying to tell you about your child. But that's another conversation, child. I went off on a whole tangent. I'm sorry. Let me bring it back.
That's exactly how I grew up. Because I mean, I had people that would call my grandma and be like, your grandson was acting up. I'm like, why would you call her and tell her? Now she's gonna tell my damn mama. So now I'm in trouble when I get home to her. And then when my mama get home, I'm in trouble again. I'm like, fuck.
Yep. Child, listen, I got some whoopings.
Oh, I
Well,
did
I
too.
walked in the door to a whooping. I was like, dang, what I do?
So in the South, I don't know, it's called a switch, where you take the twigs off the trees.
My grandma used to make me go get it. Go get a switch. I gotta go
My-
get it too.
See, my grandma did that to me once before, and I went and got the smallest one that I could find. So she went outside and got the biggest one that she could find to whip my. I'm like, oh my God, lady, why? I was like, I didn't want it to hurt. And so that's the purpose of it. I'm like, no, it is not.
Baby, my mama used to tell me, go get your daddy's belt. What? You want me to go get the weapon you about to beat me with? I'm sorry, what? I used to be like, I can't reach it.
Mm-mm. I'll find the smallest branches on that tree that I can find. And
Now,
then
I
when
do not think if I had kids, I do not think I would like beat my kids with a
oh
belt.
no,
I wouldn't do that now. And I'm not judging my parents. I'm not judging my mama. But I'm just saying that I would not do. There's certain things, but I do believe in discipline. And I ain't saying I would.
I do too.
I ain't above popping a leg or two. I ain't above popping a leg. My nephew. When he was younger and he was getting out. I would listen. I'd pop him on his pamper. He would cry. Baby, you didn't even feel it. You have on a pamper, sir. You didn't feel that. I might pop him a little bit, sir. You did not feel me through that pamper. But it hurt his feelings more than anything else. You know what I mean?
All right. So now you guys, Nicole and Smitty. So they had a conversation about Martin. And if y'all go back to when we talked about me, ReallyB, and Trees talked about this last week, we said this because a lot of y'all was like, oh, he's a white guy. And all y'all tried to bring up, him being a white man and probably not understanding Martin's plight if he had told him. But Smitty said it. He's like, even though with me being a white guy, I still understand what was going on. And he feels a way about Joey being involved because he feels like with Joey being involved, Joey is going to want something in return. And I was like, he absolutely is. That shoe just hasn't dropped at this point. And again, like I've said numerous times, when it comes to both Nicole and Smitty, they both have every right to feel how they feel because they were left out in the dark. But at the same time, they were left out in the dark to protect them from any blowback. So I don't, with Smitty, I think Smitty, and then Smitty also said something else that I said last week, is the fact that when it comes down to Martin, your kids were in danger and you still ain't said shit to me when our kids were in danger. I think Smitty could have gotten over it after, the man showed back up and was a threat to the kids. He probably would have understood it and he'd be like, okay, I get why you didn't tell me. I am a little upset with you, but I understand you were defending yourself and your grandfather against two racists.
Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna say this too. And here's the reality of the situation: is this, and this might get me in some trouble when I say this. I think we have to we conflate empathy with understanding.
Mm-hmm.
I can empathize. I used this example the other day on my channel. I have never, thank God, knock on wood, I have never been a victim of domestic violence. I have never been in a relationship where my boyfriend put his hands on me. It's never happened. But I absolutely can be empathetic to a woman who unalives her abusive husband after years of abuse. I can empathize with that. That doesn't mean that I have to understand it from a first person basis. And I feel like the same way when it comes to race sometimes. I think we feel like white people can't empathize because so many don't try. To be fair, a lot of them don't try. A lot of them try to pretend like it's not a big deal or we're exaggerating. I get that. But for the people like a Smitty who married a black man, and that doesn't always mean thing either, but I feel like we have to give the benefit of the doubt. You married a black man. You married into a black family. You adopted black kids. I feel like we got to give Smitty the benefit of the doubt that there's some empathy there for him to say, I understand what it means for you and your father to be on a country road in the middle of a sundown town and be approached by two rednecks. I think we have, and I'm not talking about just this show, but I mean in general, we have to give Smitty the benefit of the doubt to say, listen, no, that's never been my experience.
Exactly.
I know I got white privilege. I know that wouldn't have happened to me. It wouldn't have even happened if it had been me and him on that side of the road. It wouldn't have happened. Or at least it wouldn't have happened that way. But I can certainly empathize with the inclination to hide it. My problem is you hid it from me.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't tell me. You know, I understand why it was a secret. I understand why Vernon and them didn't want. I get it. I got all of that. But you hid it from me. And like you said, and even when my children were in danger, and I repeatedly asked you, what is going on? You still looked me dead in my face and you lied. God forbid that guy had kidnapped Samantha.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't think he would have done anything to Samantha, but God forbid he kidnapped her and used her as leverage or used her as bait or as for ransom.
Mm-hmm.
You knew this and you did not give me the option as your husband. You didn't give me the option. See, that's where I would be more upset. Like I always tell people, and I know this is going to sound crazy when I say it, but work with me on this one. I could forgive a one-night stand faster than I could forgive a full-on affair. Because a one-night stand, I could be like, damn, you was drunk, you was with your friends, I went to the strip club, it was in your face, you fell into the pussy. A full-on affair, you constantly lied to me. You constantly looked me in my face and you devised ways to deceive me every single day. You had a separate phone that you hear from me, or you deleted a text every day, or you said you were going to go pick up groceries and you went to go pick her up. Like there's a level of deception that goes into a full-on affair versus a one. I mean, one. Don't get me wrong. I ain't saying I'm forgiving either one, but I would be faster to forgive a one-night stand than you tell me you've been dating this woman for 6 months. I mean, dating ain't even a word either. You've been with this woman for 6 months, a year, 8 months. I'm sorry, what? Excuse me?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, I went off on a tangent, my bad.
Oh, no.
Sorry.
No, you fine. So now we're wrapping it up with Friday. Now I'm gonna get these few storylines, these 3 storylines that I don't give a hot diggity dog damn about. So I'm gonna wrap them up in one fell swoop. Ashley and Derek, they went out on a date to Uptown. Derek wants Ashley back. Ashley says no, I don't care. Doug and Vanessa.
Get on my nerves. I need you to figure out what you want.
Doug and Vanessa. Vanessa wants to go to the concert. She goes to get Doug at the hospital. Doug doesn't want to go with her to the concert. That is it. That is all. You got anything you want to say about either one, any of them?
No, Doug, your wife is a hoe. And Ashley, I need you to figure it out. Do you want Derek or not? Or do you just not want the idea of Derek being with somebody else?
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to mention something. I think it was on Thursday. So the concert. Now I completely forgot about Eva and her fucking purse, leaving it out for her. So her mama once again stole. Now this time the bitch stole her credit card and paid for the dinner that she asked her to come to. And so she opened up Eva's purse and found the ticket and stole the ticket that Ted bought for Eva to go to the concert. So Eva went to tell Ted, like, so my mama got the ticket to the concert. And he was like, well, you can have my ticket. I was like, huh? So you're not going to call your wife?
The problem wasn't that she didn't have a ticket. The problem was that Leslie had the ticket.
Like, you ain't going to sit here and call Nicole and be like, hey, Nicole, I know you pissed off and you're right about it now. But so I bought Eva a ticket and her crazy ass mama stole the ticket. Oh, that was Friday. So her crazy ass mama stole the ticket. It wasn't the fact that the girl Ted do dumb shit.
That, I mean, again, at this point, and I tried with Eva because I mean, even though I blame Eva for a lot of the shit that she did, but from the very beginning, even when Eva was 10 toes down on the plan with Ted, I always felt like Eva was just a pawn in her mother's game, right? So I always felt that way about Eva. But at this point, girl, your eyes are open now. You understand your mother lied to you. Your mother lied to you about your father. Your mother lied to you about what your father knew when he knew. Your mother lied to you about even the conception of how you got here. Like, you get that now. Why are you still alive? And this woman damn near tried to set you up for attempted murder. Like, she literally was cool with throwing you under the bus. What are we doing here? And did we just forget about that?
Yes, I was just about to say they it look they don't moved on from that. Hell, we ain't even saw fucking Laura or what is the woman's name that worked for the other woman's name?
Oh,
Damn it.
the older black lady.
We ain't saw Laura nor
We ain't seen them since. No.
or Ashley's mama,
I don't
which
know
I
if
don't
you
care
can.
about Ashley's
I don't know
mama.
if you can. I don't know if you can report a ticket stolen, but I know you can. You can. I think you can report it at the box office though. So I guess that's the same as reporting it stolen. Can you?
Yeah.
Can you give? Because they knew what ticket number it was. Can you just go
Mhm.
to the box office and nullify? I mean, at the end of the day, if this were a regular ticket, I would say okay. But like literally, this is the family. Like you can't go and tell the box office don't honor this ticket. She should have been stopped at the door.
She should have been. Shout out to y'all.
Mona,
So
yeah, her name was Mona, yeah.
shout out to y'all. Um, but yeah, it wasn't like Ted. I'm like, that ain't the problem that the woman got. That it ain't the problem that even don't have the fucking ticket. It's the problem that the bitch, her mama stole the ticket, and you know she's going there. Well, now I will say in the preview they made it seem like something drastic was gonna happen with that woman showing up to the concert, which I was kind of surprised. I'm like, girl, why would you go to the concert?
It ain't over
No,
yet. We still got to go through. You know they're gonna drag this out for at least Monday, Tuesday. It
yeah,
ain't
I
over
was like,
yet.
it's not. I was like, why would you go to the concert? You know they don't. That family don't fuck with you, but she don't care. That woman is a town pariah, and she
Oh,
really
she
don't
doesn't
give a,
care. Ava cares. She does not.
like she don't give a damn. So then we see actually, so after that, everything was just about the concert. Now, before we did get to the concert, we did see on at Thursday's episode ended with Tracy, not Tracy, but Sharon having a panic attack. I was like, well, you don't say. You've been doing all this hoopla, but you having a panic attack?
Okay.
How about she can't do it? I said, girl, if you don't get the fuck off my screen, Sharon, go to hell. Go to hell. I get what you're saying. Leslie is an articulate fan. She was gonna go to that concert with what money? Because she didn't have any money leading up to it.
Did
Until
she? I'm
Eva,
about to say, did she could buy a ticket like everybody else? She could have been in the nosebleeds. Like she didn't care about going to that concert because she's an articulate fan. She cared about going to that concert to be
to
in the
fuck with them.
Dupree's face. She wanted to give
Mhm.
them a hard time. Like you said, she don't care about being a town pariah.
She don't. She loves it. She loves it. So we see everybody show up to the concert. Even Carlton was there. Now, what I will say about Carlton, so sir, whoever Carlton is the same person that we see on Divorce Sisters. Let's just
Don't say too much more. I'm still behind.
you still behind on Divorce
Don't do
Sisters?
that. Don't do me like that. Don't do me like that. Listen, it's been a busy couple of weeks. Matter of fact, that's my plan today. I'm gonna when I get over here, I gotta run some errands. When I come home, I promise y'all, my plan is to watch them episodes. I promise y'all it is.
Like, what episode are you on?
We don't need to talk about that.
Oh my god.
Actually, I'm on episode. I watched episode 5, so I'm on
Okay.
episode 6.
I was
Was it
not
6
that
or
far
7?
behind.
Yeah, I'm not that far behind. I just gotta, So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna watch episode 6 and 7 and just do a live and just talk about the whole and just have a conversation about the whole thing.
But you do know how his character is on Divorce Sisters, though, right?
All I know is that he trying to get with
Geneva.
Kadeem, but he's
Yeah.
flirting with old girl.
So I mean, so I'll go ahead and talk about the preview for next week. So next week he is flirting hard with Nicole at the country club,
Mm.
and Ted is gonna see it.
Oh well, Ted. Oh well, you
So
fumbled. I mean, I know that's your friend though, so that's kind of dirty. But still, you fumbled,
exactly.
Ted.
That's why I say he's similar to his character on Divorce Sisters because of what he's. I mean, oh God, but yeah, just trifling as hell. So everybody sees as Leslie comes in, and it was Naomi. It was the fact that she was right there by Naomi and Smitty. Talking about, don't I look good? Don't I look good? I said, girl, you really don't. You just don't give a fuck. But as much as she gets on my nerves, that is one of the things that I do love about Leslie is that she will do whatever and don't care what people say or think about her. Like I can't do nothing but respect it. So Kat was like, "Now, Kat, y'all know I like Kat, right?
You know I don't, so go ahead. Mm-hmm.
I know, but I'm actually y'all gonna be surprised at what I'm about to say about Kat. But Kat, for you to sit there and come at Eva about Tomas, how about you want to be around me and Tomas? Eve Cat. That's not what it is. That ain't you. You're on the wrong. You're in the wrong book. Actually, you're in the wrong library.
Yeah, you might want to stay off that road.
You in the wrong library. Y'all not on the same page, same book, same library. That ain't what it is. Your boyfriend almost slept with your sister.
Okay.
But okay, Cat. And then that's when they saw. That's when they all saw Leslie, and Nicole was like, "What the?" Nicole and Danny was looking like, "I know this bitch didn't come," and she did. So they went up to go say something to her, and eventually they were like, "You know what? Just let us stay." And Vernon said, "Don't you make a scene, because if you do, I will have your ass thrown out." And she was like, "I got you, Miss. I got you, Senator Dupree." And so she sat down, and Carlton sat beside her, but I will say I did notice the look on Nicole's face when Carlton came in. I was like, "Oh, so you might have a little thing for Carlton, huh, Nicole?"
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "Okay." So we get to the concert. Oh my God, those outfits were
Were
horrendous.
horrendous. I'm sorry. They were terrible. They were
Their,
horrible.
their wig on Sharon's head, atrocious. Oh God, that was the worst. That wig is worse than the one that she's been wearing. I was like, who the fuck put? Now again, this is a black show. This is our people that are doing this stuff. So I'm pretty sure that those outfits may have been, black, by a black designer or somebody. And I don't want to shit on our black people. We love our black people. We uplift our black people. But them outfits weren't it.
I about to say good is good and bad is bad. I'm sorry. It was bad. I mean,
Y'all,
I'm glad, I want them to support, like you said, I want us to support each other as well. But listen, just because it's black don't make it right. I'm sorry. At
mm-mm.
least not in that moment. Not for that.
I'm pro-black, but that wasn't it. That wasn't it. So yeah, and then we see Anita. So we see the girls sing their song. It was cute. I actually did like the songs that they sang.
Mm-hmm.
I actually would like if they put them on Spotify or Apple. I would actually stream them because they were actually good songs. Now they did sound. Now I will say they did sound a little modern. They didn't sound like they were from the 60s or 70s. The beat didn't sound like they were from that time period, but because I'm like, this sound like a little modern beat. But overall, it was good. So that was the week, you guys. Is there anything that you want to talk about that I may have left out?
I just think that so y'all know the way soap operas go. The people we didn't see this week are the people we're gonna probably see. So we're
Oh
gonna
yeah.
probably see Bill and Haley and
Oh, so you didn't see that? So since you didn't see
oh, that's
the
right. I didn't see the preview. So yeah, so tell me what happened in the preview. Yeah.
Haley, you little
Oh,
bitch.
oh wow. Oh
I
my.
knew I knew your whole ass was gonna do some shit like this. So this bitch next week is gonna pretend like she's having a miscarriage because she's gonna have fake blood. She's gonna have fake blood somewhere. I think it was her and Danny at the country club, and Danny was trying to help her, and she's like, "Don't touch me."
But what did I tell you? I said when you fake a pregnancy, it ain't but so many options you have. At a certain point, you either gotta show up with a baby or you gotta fake a miscarriage. I mean, there's only two roads you can go down. I didn't know what road Haley was trying to go down, but there's only two roads you can go down.
See, yeah, that's
Now the
what that
only
little
thing I
bitch.
can think of is that she thought maybe she could get Bill, maybe thought she could get pregnant before, and try to pass it off. I don't know. But girl,
So yeah, that's what that little bitch got planned for next week, and I feel like she's gonna put it on Danny,
of course she is, because she tried to put it on Danny the first time.
little bitch.
She set the stage the first time. She laid the foundation the first time.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, that was what was in the preview. Haley, Carlton, and Nicole. It was some other stuff that was in the preview, but I can't remember what it was. But those were the most prominent things that I remember was, Haley pretending like she's having a miscarriage, and Carlton and Nicole, cozied up with each other, and Ted seeing it and not being happy about it. But I mean, shit, sir, what do you expect?
I mean, you fumbled the bag, sir. You fumbled the bag.
But yeah, so yeah, God, that's it. So what do you got coming up for the weekend? I know you said Divorce Sisters.
So listen, Divorce Sisters. I'm trying. Like I said, I want to watch those two episodes. I did watch last night's episode of Love After Lockup, so at some point we're gonna talk
Mhm.
about that. Love and Marriage Huntsville. At some point we're gonna talk about that. Ready to Love. I don't know if I think I'm gonna wait and do Ready to Love with Treese next week with Treese and with Shade in the City next Sunday,
Mhm.
maybe. I think I'll just wait and do that because honestly, I watched it, don't care. But I know Treese was saying we were going to finish up the season, so I think she's out of town this weekend, so I think I'll just wait.
Okay.
And we'll just do both. We'll just do 2 episodes next weekend because I mean, it. So that's
Oh
where we
yeah.
are with it. Of course, there's no Real Housewives of Atlanta tomorrow night. So between today and tomorrow, you guys will get a couple of something. I don't want to commit myself to what I want to talk about, but between today and tomorrow, we'll get a couple of things done.
And there was something else in the trailer. Thanks to
Oh, and
Kira.
tonight the Houston show comes
Yeah,
on.
that was
Premieres
that new
tonight.
Houston show come on. So Ashley and Andre kissed in the preview for next week's episodes.
What happened?
Ashley and Andre kissed, which
Oh
we don't
Lord.
care about it, but
I was
they
about to
kissed.
say, child. Danny gonna
So,
kill Danny gonna kill y'all.
hmm so for me, what I got coming up this weekend, Ready to Love, which to be honest with you guys, I watched it last night and I was just sitting there thinking, like, why did they take that long ass 4 month break? Because I don't remember none of them damn people. Not a one.
And
Not
that's
a
why I said
one.
I'll just wait on next week for Treese because even if we have to do 2 episodes, it still wouldn't take. I still don't feel like it's gonna take that long to do 2 episodes.
Because I don't remember not a damn one of them people. So Ready to Love, I'll get that up sometime today. Love at the Lockup, I did watch that. That's gonna be a mess this season. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, because I don't know. Like 3 of those couples, I don't know because I didn't watch that season. That
Which,
like the one with the 10 kids, I don't know them.
oh, Justine and Michael. I wish they didn't come back. Mm.
Well, it looked like they need the money. The way she talking about a $60,000 wedding, child.
And they can't even afford them goddamn kids they got. That was the
10
problem.
kids is a lot. Like
That
that's
was their
crazy.
storyline. That's been their storyline that they can't afford their kids, but they got pregnant with their first child together, and then the last one she got pregnant with, she almost died. Like she was a high risk pregnancy because she done had with her kid all her kids, she's had C-sections.
Mm.
So and then so yeah, Love at the Lockup, and then I'm on so that new I'm not touching Love and Marriage Huntsville. I'm gonna let Really Be Scotty and T and all of them have Love and Marriage Huntsville. They can have it. I'm good on it. But that Houston show, which again I keep forgetting the name of that show, but whatever the name of the show is,
Something hustle, Houston, Heart and Hustle, or something like that. Yeah, it's in my DVR.
yes, in
So
mine.
what I'll
I will
probably
get
do
it.
is I may do that review tonight and then do Love and Marriage Huntsville in tomorrow because I know Scotty and T both do theirs on Saturday night. So I may just do mine tomorrow.
Yeah. So that's what we'll do. Um, it'll just be that Houston show. Heart and Hustle, Heart and Soul, Heart and whatever. We'll have it by the time. I don't know the name of it by the time the show come on, but I'm gonna do that show. That's gonna be, and then y'all know I have baddies tomorrow, so that's really it.
Oh
It's gonna be
Lord, that
it's
is.
gonna be interesting without any housewives on Sundays.
I know, right? It's been a long time since we ain't had no housewives on Sundays.
It has been so because I don't even know if has Potomac like wrapped.
I don't think they're finished, but they've definitely been filming for a while. Like I don't think they're done, but they've been filming
I know they're doing their
because
interviews.
they started filming damn near as soon as usually when the season's over. So they've been filming for about 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
So they should be almost done. If they're
I know
not done, they're finishing up. Like I don't know if they did. I know they went to Denver last.
yeah,
What was it? Denver.
the week before my birthday or the week of
Yeah.
my
So
birthday.
I don't know. Was that because usually one trip is international and
I don't
one is
see, and that's the thing.
local.
I don't know how many international because they have that one domestic trip and then they have the international trip.
Yeah. So
But
I
I
don't
don't know.
know.
We'll see. It is gonna be interesting. I don't know what's coming back. Well, I feel like Married to Medicine might be wrapping up they filming.
They're wrapping up filming because they've
So
been
we,
filming for a minute too.
so we may get
Um,
Married to Medicine pretty soon.
and let me tell you what I'm not here for. I'm not. I'm not here for if this is a storyline for Dr. Heavenly. I'm not here for that.
Oh, that whole run for political office.
And I saw where Dr. Jackie just launched
Some scrubs.
her new leisure wear scrub line. One thing and people hate Dr. Jackie and people can say what they want to say, but baby, Dr. Jackie don't play when it comes to making money off of Married to Medicine. Dr. Jackie done wrote books. She just started skincare lines. She just started a vaginal rejuvenation line. She done added new services at her practice. Now she got this scrub line. Child, Jackie ain't playing with y'all. Jackie ain't playing, and that's what you're supposed to do. Now y'all ain't gotta like Jackie, but that is what you're supposed to do with these platforms. Jackie ain't playing with y'all.
Right.
Salt Lake City is next because they've been actually teasing Salt Lake City.
Mm-hmm.
So Salt Lake City is next, but Salt Lake City doesn't come on Sunday. Salt Lake City is going to probably, they usually come on Tuesday or Wednesday nights.
They did one season on Sunday, following Potomac.
Did they? Okay, so and I don't think they're locked into it. I think Bravo puts them in where they fit in. But Salt Lake City is next though, because they've been showing us the little snowflake and coming soon. So I figure we'll probably get the trailer from them.
They said it's sometime in
the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, they said it's coming in the trailer's coming in August.
Yeah, I figured the trailer was coming. So if the trailer's coming in August, then we'll probably get it at the end of September. They usually give us the trailer like a month in it. They usually give it about a month to marinate. So we'll probably get a regular trailer, and then we'll get like a super trailer like the week before it comes on or something like that. So yeah, the trailer's probably coming up in the next couple of weeks.
And they said this season is good.
When the trailer drops is when we'll get a start date. So it'll start because Miami has what? Maybe because they're getting ready to go on their international trip.
And they're getting ready for the reunion because Andy's already asked for questions for Miami.
Right. And they're getting so Miami probably has about 4 more episodes because usually for that final trip, there's usually 2 to 3 episodes on that final trip and at least 1 episode once they get back. So
this season this season in Miami, they have more than one. I think they're on a cruise. Because they're going to different space. Because they're going to Barcelona, then they're going somewhere else. So they got 2. I think they have at least 2 places.
Okay, so maybe it's going to be a little bit more than we thought. Because if he's asking for questions on the reunion,
they can ready to film.
The reunion is probably going to air. So then once he starts asking for questions, the reunion will probably air like within the next. I mean, not air, be recorded like within the next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And then once they film the reunion, we only have about 2 or 3 more weeks of the season left. So here's where I feel like what we're gonna do. I feel like Miami, we won't get Salt Lake City till Miami is over.
Probably.
Miami will overlap with Orange County because Orange County just started. I just don't watch Orange County, but Orange County just started 2 weeks ago?
3 or 4.
Yeah. So Orange County is going to overlap with Salt Lake City, but Salt Lake City will come. So the premiere for Salt Lake City is going to probably be the same week as at least one of the reunions for Miami, either the second reunion or the third part of the reunion.
So yeah, it's coming soon. I'm excited because they said season 5 is it season 6? Season 6, whatever season we're on.
Yeah, I heard, and I guess I need to go back and finish watching last season. I never finished watching last season. And everybody kept talking about how good it was, but I just never went back. So maybe I need to go back and finish watching.
Yes, it was really good. And I saw the girls taking pictures with each other, and you can see who is not who with who. Because you got Heather, Lisa, and Meredith like taking a picture with each other, but then you got Mary, Angie, and Whitney. Them all they like if you literally see this picture that I saw on social media the other week, you could literally cut in between the girls, and you could literally because it was Mary on one side and it was Lisa on the other side. So Mary got her back to Lisa, and Lisa got her back to Mary. Like you could literally take some scissors and cut that picture up, and you will see the divide. So I'm here for it. And y'all know, I don't know. No, I feel like Rhode Island got a few more weeks left to film. I
forgot all about Rhode Island, child. So when do you think they're going to premiere Rhode Island in?
So Rhode Island,
the holidays?
I'm thinking Rhode Island's probably coming towards the beginning of the year.
Okay.
Because Rhode Island got a few more.
Potomac usually comes back in late fall.
Mm-hmm.
Because they usually get done around mid, like springtime.
And then I heard from now I don't know how y'all take this with a grain of salt, but Kim D from Jersey said that they are still casting for New Jersey. So y'all take that with a grain of salt because I don't know if Kim D is a reliable source. But yeah, you guys.
Kim D, I think Kim D has gotten to the point now. I think in the beginning she had a lot of tea, but I think Kim D has gotten to the point now where she's sort of like a fortune teller. She gives a lot of information, and because she gets some stuff right, people still feel like she's got all of the tea. I don't think she's got as much. I don't think she has as much tea as she used to. I think in the beginning she did, because in the beginning these people did talk to her, and she was, I don't think she's got as much insight as she used to have.
I don't either.
Yeah. Oh, I saw something on Up and Adam right before I went live with Dorit. Dorit dropped something about she wrote a book.
She's writing a book.
That's her storyline. So that's her storyline this season.
Yeah, it's right? It's a long-winded ass title. Also,
Dorit is long-winded.
He is. Erica's having to go to court too, because I just bookmarked that.
Her trial starts in February.
Yeah, Erica's going to court.
So actually, when Beverly Hills is getting ready to come back, she'll actually be on trial.
And something interesting, I haven't heard any tea come out about Beverly Hills. They're keeping it quiet this season, even though, like I told y'all plenty of times, don't ask me for Beverly Hills. Now, if the panel, if we keep that, that's all y'all will get from JB. But as far as JB touching Beverly Hills, it's a done deal. Now, I'm not saying that I won't watch. I just want to see Bose and how she fares this season. That's all I give a damn about. Just keeping it real with you guys. That's all I care about. But yeah, that's all we got, you guys. So we're gonna get off of here, and I will see you guys whenever I put up Ready to Love and Love After Lockup. And then I'm debating what I'm gonna do with that Heart and Hustle, Heart and Soul, Heart and something. I'm debating if I'm gonna do pre-recorded, if I'll go live. I might just do pre-recorded because it's a brand new show and we don't know these people.
We'll see.
But I feel like it's gonna give. But yeah, you guys, that's it. So we're gonna hop off here, and we'll see y'all later.
All right.
Bye, y'all.